You still in GU cells? Nice, bro. Fucking nice. How the fuck do you not get stopped out? I feel like I've got a sneeze coming. Ah, man, they're the worst, man. They are the worst. How are you still in GU? Yeah, we got stopped. We was very unlucky on GU today. We just didn't have that pound weakness early enough, and that's what fucked us. For GU buyers, I'd say if you're looking for, it's difficult, man. I'm still long dollar really at the moment. Nothing's coming out telling me that we're otherwise yet. So you do have to favour the dollar. That was the reason for the trade today. Look on profits, my stop loss was close to getting hit. Damn. To be fair, I think a good handful of people TP, because a good handful of people had TPs around here. This was sending signals. I was saying start closing, so we was about 3.5 R in prof. So start closing around there. More than halfway into profit, which is nice. But I think a lot of people close about 3R around here. So I think people were passing challenges today with a good few passes. Let's have a look at your trade, Riff. Where did you send it in? Yeah, Ash took profits. James took profits. Did David? Ah, mate. Lovely stuff, bro. Lovely, Shane. Let's see that hit TP, man. It will be nice. We'll see what... I mean, again, I'm still bullish dollar. I mean, nothing's fucking telling me otherwise. Forgot I got a coffee here. Cheers, boys. Here's to a good afternoon of trading. Again, safe assets are still getting sold in the US. European sort of around break even, but we're seeing bonds still get sold in the US. Still looking at the UK bonds getting sold as well. So gilts in UK and America aren't doing the best. European are getting bought up again because the euro's strong, but we've not seen that. We've just not seen it today, man. We've not seen it at all. We've seen the pound so much stronger, which was I'll be honest, the reason for the stop. Because if we was in EU was the one. If you got in the EU, man, I'm just not bearish euro to jump in EU, but if you did jump in EU, nice. Because again, massive Asia session, meaning massive profits. So today was up for grabs. Today was a day I wanted to be in a trade, especially with the profits that could have got grabbed. Man, I don't mind a loss like that, to be brutally honest. This party be better. 1 to 6. 1 to 6 for me is definitely one of my high-end IRRs. So to double trade on that, man, for the month we'd be so up, already about 9%. With the other trade we've already had at the start of the month. Are we going to continue down is the question, man. That is the question at hand. I don't know if any more deals will come through today. I don't think there has. Take out London High, GU Fuel Daily Fair Value Gap in discount. Ooh. Ooh. So we're going to start seeing this move now. Are we ignoring order block? We could definitely ignore the order block. Again, it's deep down. Structure wise on the 1 hour, sales look so nice for GU. Especially if we are coming to that order block. Again, no. We potentially could not. You're seeing the EU buyers. I mean, EU buyers I want to jump in terms of euro, but when you look at the dollar as well, it's difficult to be jumping in those. And again, still on the 1 hour, we're bearish for EU, so we can't we're looking at buyers just yet, but they are the positions I mainly do want to be in. But right now, they're not the one. Even EG, if anything, in the moment, the pound's stronger, so GU buyers would be nicer than EU buyers. But again, that's why the market's a little bit mixed at the moment. Buyers on EJ, realistically longs, man. We've had a fucking bearish ass day though. Holy shit. But yeah, it's normally at the moment we're looking at EJ buyers. The yen's coming down, and we're seeing that bullish euro. I think most positions for like yen pairs have been buyers, like GJ, EJ, UJ. They've all been buyers really. Wait, is UJ? I might be lying to you about UJ. I think it has. I think it has just been going up. Yeah, the yen's been coming down quite a lot. I'll just join. What's your EG bias? My main EG bias is longs. Is bullish. But at the moment we are seeing the pound strength come through, which I don't totally know why. To be honest, I don't totally know why. I don't know if it's just a rebalance of the pound. We're seeing bonds in the UK get sold, so not necessarily looking amazing for the UK market. Did it? I was looking at EJ, to be honest, this morning. Oh, it did. Lovely. Our entry just didn't have no entry, but yeah, that would have been fucking fire. That grab at that high was texty. That's what we call texty, boys. Yo, but you heard ACG about the giveaway, 200k. They're still not answering me about that, bro. They're still ignoring us about that, you know. They're still ignoring us. Drop me a message though, Arch. We'll chase them up together. Because they've still not replied to me about that. Lou's been on it. Because Lou's mainly with the ones in talks with ACG, and they've just not massively replying to him, bro. It's a little bit of a piss take. A big retracement on EG, but I do see buyers coming back in maybe next week. Yeah, I think this week's is potential rebalance. I think there's uncertainty around the euro because of tariffs, I think. They're not set in stone yet, so I guess we are still sort of waiting for that news to come through. Then the euro is going to be a bit more sort of approachable for investing. Bearing in mind, the pound right now, we've already got our tariff deal, really. It's just 10% baseline. What else was it? Yeah, this Friday we're doing a giveaway. We'll start shooting announcements in the chat after this. But we'll do an account giveaway. What was we talking about from... What was our deal? What's the pound deal? Tariff reduction on cars, metals, ethanol, beef. 10% baseline tariff remains. But yeah, tariff reductions on cars, metals, ethanol, and beef. I think ethanol and beef between... I thought that's what the US would try to give to the UK. Let's have a look. I don't think anything else has come through. I've not really been on the news. Yeah, bro, they're taking the absolute piss, mate. I'm not gonna lie, they're taking the piss. Because they're pretty much they was giving us like that 200k just to give away, because when we get enough sign-ups for our discount code, they chuck us a 200k account to give away. Like probably get it like every other month or something, every month or whatever, every other month more like. But yeah, it's the first time we've done it and they've just not fucking replied to us, bro. You're taking the absolute fucking piss. Was unlucky on GU. Yeah, was really unlucky on GU, man. Again, it's a loss that makes sense. We've had a lot of wins recently, and it's a confusing market right now. Again, I think the pound just didn't have that weakness straight away because in the morning it was massive tariff talk around the EU and around what EU's deal was going to be in terms of the tariff situation between Trump. So I think that's what sort of pulled money away again from the euro and put it straight towards the pound. And the reason why we did see it was difficult to come down. We did have that pulmonary move to the downside, that initial move, that sort of 8 onwards, which was looking nice. 3.5 hour improv. Few people TP'd. It was nice. But then we just continued up a bit more, and I think it just goes to show that the pound, what really made the pound bullish, because there's no data telling us that pound's bullish. Like, the UK economy is shite. It's awful. The pound should just be going down, I'll be honest, against most shit. That's why I'm bullish EG and bearish GU. Be checking out your GP to know which one is weaker than the other against the US. GU inverted. Anyone looking for buys? Not really for GU. I'm still looking for shit to come down, really. I think we can come more EG. I'm looking for Friday low before I'm really choosing whether to go GU or EU long. But if we're looking at EG to come up from the Friday low, I think EU buys would be nicer, as well as the EU is low. We can see if we continue down here towards the Friday low. We're at the DTO, so we see how we react off this level. So if we continue down here, I reckon we can drop to the 15 and have some nice buys. New York session, sort of around 2, half 2, when we start getting that volume coming. We'll see what happens here. Because now we've taken London liquidity, we've taken Asia's liquidity, we haven't come for the external, which would obviously be in this low here. But we'll see. I feel like if it took Friday low, it would be way nicer for a buy. GU CRT. What CRT are we talking about? We got what, the daily? I'm pretty sure we got the daily for EU and. Yeah, we're talking about the daily. I'm still in EU short series more. Fucking hell. What are you aiming for, brother? You're aiming for hell. Where's your TP on EU? Fucking hell. You just lost like half of your profits. Bro, that DTO is a joke. A DTO is a joke. Oh, fucking hell, mate. Bro, is this a joke? What's the time? It's not any specific time. You got a deal come out? Have we got earnings coming out today? Amazon Prime day spending. That's bullshit shit. Well, we got some mad. No, must have been a deal. Must have been a deal, bro. Must have been. Must have been. It's this lovely lady. I was going to say that. This lovely lady can get off the screen. This bald man can talk up a bit. We might be able to know. Yeah, we saw that through European pair. Oh, not even European. No, we saw that on the dollar. It's dollar movement. Dollar movements. We'll see. It must have been a deal. How we doing, boys? EG, I would love to see take that Friday low. We are so close, but again, we've taken London lows. So we'll see how we react. The momentum on EG's shit. We've just moved to the downside the whole day. It's not great. It really isn't great. In terms of the best positions for New York, I'd say EG would be nice at Friday low. But again, the pound, I think there's just way more certainty around the pound because of the tariff that we've already got a deal. So I feel like the main talks right now is just the deals. So I can definitely see EG coming lower. So potential short term shorts there. EUGU. Oh, it's just such a shit time to be trading it because these tariffs. Unless we get a tariff come out, then we've actually got a bias to trade with. So I want to see why we just had this movement because we just had a huge movement for supposedly no reason. Drew's been so indecisive. I was in a sell and it took me out. It's been so indecisive. You know what it is? Again, I was in GU sales today. I was in this position here. This is the position I was in today. Again, main buyers, in terms of main buyers right now, the pound is weak and the dollar is somewhat strong because of tariffs. I was more playing on GU's on the pound's weakness than the dollar's strength. And we just didn't have that pound weakness today. And I feel the main reason why is because we had most of the conversations this morning were about EU tariffs. So again, the reason why the pound would be bullish because of that, because the uncertainty around EU obviously brings money to different economies. Won't be the US because there's still uncertainty there. So it brings it to the pound. And then bearing in mind, we've already got our tariff deal done and dusted. We've already got that ticked off. We've got 10% baseline, reduced tariffs on ethanol. Oh. Reduced tariff on what? Ethanol. What else? What was it? Meat, beef or whatever. What were the main bits? I've just lost it, Riv. Also, I think weren't they trying to buy AstraZeneca or something? Or, no, not AstraZeneca, they were trying to buy... So, reduced tariffs on cars, metals, ethanol and beef. 10% baseline applied. 10%, we've got a good deal with the US. But this is making the dollar really weak, wherever this is. Wherever this is. What would you rather trade, EU or GU to the upside? Again, in terms of this market, probably GU. I'm sort of with you on GU buys though, type shit. Because of the uncertainty around the euro, kind of get it. I get the idea. I cooked today, mate. GU hit TP in one account and EU in another. Lovely stuff, Michael. Lovely. Nice one. Market been moving insanely, laddie. It's been moving crazy, broski. Been moving nuts. It has been moving nuts. It's fundamentally really hard to read because again, we've got no data. We haven't got like data that massively matters since last Thursday, right? It's Wednesday now, so I do like playing off data when we've got early week data, say Monday data, Tuesday data. But at the moment, the only thing we've really got to work with is the bullish dollar again, the weak euro at the moment temporarily, just for a rebalance of the euro, and as well the uncertainty around tariffs. So yes, it's a bookie week, man. It ain't the cleanest. We've had cleaner. I had a little zooty after that. Must have, Michael. How can you not win? How can you win 2 trades and not bun a fucking Jack Inquire? A Shiva. Do you know what I mean? How can you not bun a Sheaves after that? Would it be better to stick with one pair trading? I wouldn't say so. I don't know, man. I mean, data will tell you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't tell you yes or no. I'll be blatantly lying if I said yes. I'll be lying if I said no. You could. I've got my reasons why I use my 3. EU, GU, EG. I think they're good pairs for having rotation at the same time because they sort of bounce off each other, right? One will we've got GU and EU that should be correlating. We've got EG that will give us the bullishness or bearishness of either the pound or the euro, and then we can attack EU GU. When EU GU price action shite, EG is the one to trade. So you've always got something in rotation to look at again, but you're not always going to get trades because setups aren't always going to appear. But I think when trading EU, GU, EG, London session, 3 hours, I think you've got a really good chance of getting into something. And at the same time, having a really good chance for winning trades. You're trading the right times, the right pairs, and doing the exact same thing every single morning. Again, just get data. If you ever want to ask a question, I'll be honest, like, boys, the best ways for me to answer something about in terms of strategy, right, is just test it. Because I've used certain stuff in the past. What I've used for the last, like, fucking years is one strategy. For time now, for like, I don't know, 3.5 years probably. Like, literally the same strategy every single day. It's obviously been changing. Like, I used to trade different pairs on it, like, years ago, but I've tweaked my strategy down to what I've sort of learned in the last 3.5 years with the strategy. But I think, man, if you just get data, any strategy can really be profitable, unless it's like something fucking stupid, bro. Like. But again, just remember, like, it needs to withstand market situations as well. So it needs to, like, again, like, I wouldn't say it's unorthodox because it happens every 4 years. But when there's a new president, there's going to be mad shit happening, right? There's going to be changes in certain laws, not laws necessarily, but like trade agreement. It depends what presidency, obviously. But like Trump, for example, bro, is the perfect dude to come in and just fucking change bare shit. Do you know what I mean? You got some of them characters. Some of them you got that's just start wars. But again, there's a bias for that. Do you know what I mean? As crazy as that sounds. Currently, economy proves statistically you win over time, but even when you're adding nothing to the economy. Currently looking at EU buyers from DTO, but would rather wait an hour. I think it makes sense. Again, we're going to see more volume come in, and again, I want to see how this move really comes about because I don't know why we come bullish here. I don't know if we're going to stick with the same movement here, but we'll see. I think EU for me would be the nicest. Again, I'm still long euro, but I think the pound does have that strength today, so you could go for either or. Yeah, exactly, man. Start of this year was so different to the start of previous year, the previous 3 years, and then it was obviously different when we had any other president in the markets. So I think you just need to, again, this is why you can't just focus on the strategy because you got to understand that there's market cycles, there's different stuff that happens. You got quarterly earnings for big companies and big banks in certain countries. So there is. And again, there's different, like, you've got economies that are going into rate cut cycles, like pull cycles, or not even a pull cycle, it's either a cut or a height cycle, but staying at a pull's rate, aiming to go for more growth than going for inflation. Like, there's different cycles in each economy, so that's why the markets are different all the time. So that's why you do need to adapt to trade, like, to actually sort of acknowledge how fundamentals work. That's why I've always said it, you can't just really just trade a strategy and it'd be mad profitable because there's going to be some years you're going to get punched in the mouth. Again, like you can't just be 1%, 2% profitable in this game. You do need to be minimum a certain percent profitable in order to actually be actually be earning decent money from trading, right? So you do need to adapt to these markets. Otherwise, you might have break-even years with a strategy just because there's a new president. You know what I'm saying? You can't have break-even years. That can't happen. Like. Man, you go and break even for the year, bro. After smashing 20, like 30, 40% profits the previous year. I'm in GU longs 1 hour fair value. Let's get this trade off our chart now. Let's start looking at what New York's gonna bring. We did come below the Friday 50, which was nice. Again, it just would look nicer for the. I mean, but if we come back lower. It proves that leg was sort of insignificant and didn't mean anything. Why the fuck do we have this bullish movement? Can you tell the different true opens, please? Weekly London, New York true. So weekly open is pretty much Tuesday morning open. That's when we got the weekly open. That's when we got the most amount of orders coming in the market. Monday again is a really low volume day. Compared to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So when we look at that weekly True Open, it's Thursday morning. Daily True Open's 5 a.m, which is obviously New York time, which is midnight New York time. I had to come back to the YouTube every time I comment on TT Live, people trying to follow me. Yes. London Open 8 a.m, New York Open, well you got 1 a.m, 1 p.m, which is obviously the bank opening at 8. But then you've got New York Stock Exchange at like 9:30 in the US, which is 2:30 in the UK. You've got a few different opens. Depends what you're trading, right? If you're trading New York, if you're trading like stocks, equities. I mean, the best volume for New York is just at 2:30, but the banks obviously open at 8. Like, bro, imagine if banks in the US just opened at like 10 o'clock. Like for the silver bullet. 10 a.m. But yeah, I just want to see if this move is significant enough. Is it actually, we're going to move in this bias now? Why the fuck did it come about? Because we haven't really reacted off anything, I wouldn't say. I mean, we filled full imbalance there. We could be coming up further, I guess. I mean, how do you learn all this stuff, bro, about economy effects and stuff going on like you speak about another language related to trading? I'll be real. Bloomberg is one... I've been listening to Bloomberg now every day for probably the last 2 years. Near enough. Like, if not every other day. Or at some point in the day. Or at least a few clips from... Because Bloomberg posts clips from the day. From important news. So I've just been doing that pretty much every day. And trying to understand it. And just sort of researching what that means. What does this mean? What does that mean? What the fuck does this mean? Ask ChatGPT is the best teacher, bro. I swear to God. For the last few years, he's taught me great stuff about fundamentals. I did a little economic course online, which was fucking, I'm not gonna lie, sick. I started understanding it quite quickly from that. But then I just sort of went on my own. Bloomberg, boom. Started watching that. I'm trying to understand what everything means. And you start understanding about other markets as well, right? Not just Forex. You start understanding there's the equities that affect Forex. You've got bonds that affect currencies. You've got stocks that affect bonds and affect currencies. You've got the index markets, equity markets, commodity markets. I'm not saying you can trade all these. I'm saying all of these have an effect on currencies, really. If it's taking money away from FX and putting money towards stocks or bonds or whatever it may be. I'll just sit here lapping the follows up. What's your strategy? Asian liquidity grab. That's our strategy, bro. It's been redefined for years now. My stop loss. What's that, Michael? How do you incorporate London session sweeps to then trade New York without Asia sweeping London session? So I don't trade New York session, boys. I don't trade New York session. I purely trade London 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. New York session, I would say, depending on the market, you want to trade reversal or continuation of what we've already had. So reversals could be positions off London high. You can definitely see London grabs. We've seen London grabs be a thing this year especially. Yeah, that's really what I'd say. Continuation or reversal, New York. Continuations mainly. I would say continuations mainly. At the moment anyways, because we've been getting very iffy markets. I think we've had more reversals during Asia recently. I mean, you can see from yesterday's PA. Look at yesterday's GU. Grab buy side of Asia moved all the way down. No entry, but... What's your thoughts on a good percent per week? I'll be honest, bro. I wouldn't look at it on a weekly perspective, man. I'll be honest. I wouldn't look at it from weekly. I don't even normally look at it from a monthly perspective. Massively, it's more of a quarterly. I mean, monthly you can, but it's more quarterly and yearly in terms of like really looking at being profitable. I mean, being profitable, we need to base it off more of a sort of expanded amount of time, right? I feel like a week's not good enough. But I'd say a month you can sort of calculate profits, but I don't care about a monthly perspective. If you're negative for a month, it doesn't mean you're unprofitable. It's more of a quarterly perspective. Quarterly outlook's the best. But to look at it, just to know what you do, I would say the monthly. I'd say monthly. And I would say like look at sort of around like 2 to 4%. That's all you need. That's all you need. We are getting a really nice move up here now on GU. What about EU? Oof, EU is really nice. I'm pretty sure Trump was talking shit about Powell again as well. I'm pretty sure that was something that we was talking about earlier. Just seen your post about HFT bots and use them on prop from challenges, but you can't with all props. Not all props, bro. Some props don't allow bots. Some props you can't even use the bot on, even if they allow bots, because with a HFT you need 0 spreads. You need 0 spreads and realistically 0 commissions, or very, very low commissions, in order for it to be profitable. So you can only do certain firms with the HFT. Funding Pips was an example of one that used to allow it. They used to have accounts with. They would allow HFT. They would allow no spreads, no commissions, and they was solid. But yeah, like ACG, FTMO. I mean FTMO don't allow it. I'm pretty sure you could probably buy it now, but you never used to be able to use bots for FTMO. And what is Powell gonna do, bro? Why do I keep going out of focus on this camera, bro? I've got to fucking stop that. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, Chaz, what we saying, bro? What we saying? If I'm risking 0.6% per trade, fucking hell. Mainly focus on EU. How many losses a day you think I should have before taking a break? Thanks. Don't take a. I'll be honest, bro. Trading's one of those things, man. I feel like it's still a bit like a job, you know. Like you kind of still need to take a day off. When the best time to take time off trading is in the summertime. Really, like now, it's the best time to step away. But I'd say when the markets are just fundamentally not showing us anything, and just the market's in full confusion mode. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's when you take a break from trading, but you don't want to miss any opportunities. You don't want to miss good trading days. But don't take a break in trading, man. Trust me. Don't take a break. Consistency is what's key in trading, man. That's the key to profitability. I mean, take a break for the day. I mean, bro, the best thing to do, bro, I mean, this is what I do, right? And this is why I'm able to consistently trade the way I trade, is I found a day that I can take out of my week in terms of actually placing any trades, and that's Friday. So I trade 4 days a week for 3 hours each day. I'm on the charts for about 4 hours, because I do my pre-analysis for about an hour. So 4 hours, 4 days, 16 hours a week. Fridays, I would say, probably the worst day to trade. I feel like it would be for most strategies, to be honest. Unless you've got like a... I mean, it's most strategies, because it's just so manipulative. Low volume, might as well take it out. Most people don't trade it, to be fair. I don't know, or there is a strategy where you can take like a lot of trades a day. I mean, solid. I don't know, or there is... But you're... What the fuck? What do you mean, bro? EJ 5 mins, what we're looking at buyers potentially. We see this reaction as product. To be fair, this reaction we've already had at the Friday 50 has been pretty short. No 5-minute fair value. I can't see that holding. I feel like we're going to continue a bit lower on EJ. Where's GJ? Is that started to come up a bit more? You're moving up quite easy now on FDMO Pips have done it again. We're trying to get in just below detail. Didn't tag me in. FTMO, man. It's shit, bro. I can't even tell you the amount of dough I've missed that because I've missed FTMO entries. It's actually not even funny. A lot. Can you name me the indicator, please? The indicator is our own one, bro. I'm pretty sure you can't search it up in the indicators. But it's our own one. So drop me a message. Drop me a message on Instagram, bro. This is my Instagram up here. Shoot me a DM. I've got my Instagram open on my other tab. Shoot me a DM and I'll send you over the link for it. You using any HFC phones at the moment? Yeah, we got Optimal, and then we're looking at Aqua Funded because they've got instant passes. They've got similar rules to HFC, so the instant pass with Aqua Funded, their consistency rules they have. Is it? I can't remember what it is, but we're gonna try to see if we can get a deal with Aqua Funded where we can get their accounts for cheap. Let's see what we can do. So I'd find his channel with a link in, bro. Yeah, just drop me a DM if you want it, boys. Just DM me indicator or some shit. Indicator is so garbage, trust me. This indicator is actually 30, man. Especially with DCO, you start realising what's crazy. What's in Discord? If you're, bro, I'll be real, go to my Instagram, man. All of our links are in our bio. We've got a link tree with all of our links in. So even got my OF in there. No cap. Thanks, Nance. Yes, Lizzie. She actually does look like a lizard. She actually kind of does, now I think about it. But no cap. In all due respect. Bro, why does she wear the most geezery gear, bro? Why is this woman actually dressed like this all the time? Fair play though, man. She definitely swings that way, innit? Let's have a look. To be fair, what am I even doing? Let her live her life. I just got banned. How is that a ban, boys? What did I say there? I got banned. Listen to the reason for the ban. Yeah, listen. Sexual activity. What? Sorry, how? What, sitting and wanking? I mean, is that a joke? Sexual activity and services. What? Sexual activity, bruv. What do you mean by sexual activity, bruv? I'm going to appeal that, and you better accept that appeal. Did I say something sexual? Did I? Because I actually don't remember. Did I actually say? Did I? Sexual activity. Right, I'm gonna have to appeal this. I'm gonna have to. Was you pimping Lou out? Probably. That might be the reason. Oh, now I'm lagging. Why am I lagging now? I'm now off. I've now been banned. Why am I lagging now? Bro, what do you mean sexual activity though, man? Like I'm sitting here playing with myself, bruv. No, they've got to appeal that, bro. Some surely, boys. You said you have OF. I did, but is that not a... Is that ban worthy though, man? I mean, OF, just saying OF. We're gonna see how the appeal goes, lads. We're gonna have to VAR it. Man, what a joke though, bro. I think our other accounts unbanned though, to be fair. It's really not. What's the date today? It's the 9th, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Right, we're gonna see what the jury thinks. I swear you said ejaculation. Fucking hell. I'm pretty sure I didn't say ejaculation. Mate, just read the rules once. See, if you read these rules, bro, they are the most vague. They're the most undescripted like rules. It's actually a joke. Got girls showing their fat moose knuckles and tickers, but you get banned for saying OF, bro. Louis sent me what did Louis send in the loyals chat, bro? It was some fucking, it was some nonce getting slapped, wasn't it? Man, I said, what did I say? OF, bro. That could have been anything. I could have been saying my initials, bro. My name's like Ollie. My name's like Owen Vasaki. Do you know what I'm saying? That's a load of bullshit, man. Why did I even say OF as well? What was the reason? Just been in contact with HG. They asked for the email for you. They just said email for RichSFX. Yeah, it's RichSFX at gmail.com, bro. I think that's the email I've been contacting them on. I don't know if I've been doing it on my personal one, but just say that one. Really, the continuations is really what would have been great. Again, the EG buys now at a Friday low would make sense, but I think we still got the uncertainties. I think GU buys is really the nicest one. EU, maybe we could even see continuations now. I'm not too sure why that come out. Why we had that real bearishness on the dollar though. What actually come out to cause that? Well, I think that's the email Lou, was it? I forgot, yeah, it was Lou emailing them. I'm sure he done it with that email though. Innit, that was it, Stu, that was it. Let's see what the jury is, boys. What do you reckon the jury is? I reckon it should be in our favour, really. Like, come on, like, really? Like, bro, I might as well just get my wink out on. Like, I actually might as well just get nude on live then, innit? Like, literally might as well. I might as well. I mean, that is... I'm sure that's illegal in some way. I'm sure that's illegal. But, like, bro... I might as well... Like, in terms of... In, like, TikTok terms, I might as well just got nude on stream. Like, mums. Mums. I would have got the same... I would have got the same ban. What I was used to. Oh, it's not come up. It's not come up again. Try it again, Stu. Ask ChatGPT if it's revenge trading after break even. It depends what your. It depends. It depends really, bro. Like, it depends on in terms of rules. It depends in terms of your rules, man. Said your oath was in your link tree. Oh, I did. Is that what I said? Ah, okay, lads. I don't think the jury's gonna be in our favour this time. I mean, it never is, anyway. That's not good. how long's a what was the ban again? It's still a bit of a joke. Sexual activity. How long's that ban for? It's for 7 days, is it? Ah, it's for 7 days. 7 days.
Temperatures close. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I still haven't heard the verdict though. I still want to see the verdict. But yeah, let's see how EG reacts off this Friday low though. I want to see how we do. We've got that 5-minute fair value you can still look at. We still got a lot more time. New York Stock Exchange doing about 40, just under 40 minutes now. That DTO was insane. It was very nice. I want to send that Tough Times Everlasting for right now. That would be perfect, bro. Fuck. 7 days though. Who's gonna break it to Lou? I'm not breaking it to him. I'm not telling him. Mace has already shown us one of his videos in the boxing bag. Amazing content. Wait, no one said this. No one said it in the free chat, did they? Okay, good. Thank fuck. I'll be honest though. Who's looking at EJ? Someone's looking at EJ. The positions I'll be really looking for is more going towards GJ instead of EJ. I don't know if that was someone on TikTok live or someone on the. Someone said EJ on it. I don't think he did. No, it must. Oh, Matt must have been on TikTok. That's what I was literally about to go over until I got fucking banned. Just fucking banned. Yeah. Got to have a sense of humour nowadays, boys. You can't have a sense of humour. And ya. Oh. What account's this? Oh, nice. Your account has been temporarily. Oh no. Oh, sorry, not temporarily. Permanently banned. Okay. Wow, guys. Amazing. Bro, why are we getting banned like that though, man? I might start shaking ass on stream and see how long it takes me to get banned. I'll take that back, I'm not going to do that. Jews come straight back up, holy shit. Where is this bearishness come from? This is what I want to know because there's got to be a reason for that. Fucking massive. Massive reversal. Fucking hell. Yeah, it could be lead up to FOMC. We still got ages for that though, man. We've not even opened US session yet. That's at 7, so we still got about 5 hours. But it might. Well, I mean, it's not good. It doesn't normally move prices. It's just crazy. Yeah, I think it must have been a deal or something that come through. Everyone's telling the Fed to cut rates in July as well. Navarro is saying cut rates in July. I think they do need to be honest, man. Inflation needs to come down. By the sounds of it, man, fuck me. They are forcing a cut out of Powell. Yeah, by the sounds of it, it sounds like we're probably going to cut rates in the US, man. Which is going to give us that bearishness, which, to be fair, we've been waiting for. I think I'm lagging a bit. I'm lagging a bit. I think, yeah, it looks like that's what we're sort of pricing in now. Mm. Yeah, I feel like this is actually a really shit time for the US. Man and woman. Because yeah, I'm not gonna lie, we've got. Man, it's just so shit for. It's so shit. I bet Powell's in such a shit position, man. Poor old man. Poor soul. This guy's got mental, isn't he? Passion. We are seeing so much pressure back up. I'd say a lot more people are looking to pricing cuts. FOMC is going to be really important to that, to be honest. It's going to be seriously strong. Yeah, way more pressure to the upside. I feel like this is now where we're going to start seeing that dollar come down. I think, again, the uncertainty around it, the potential cut of rates, it's just so weak. So that's why we're seeing the dollar really get punched here. Yeah. I feel that's going to give us a good bias for sort of the rest of the week, though. Unless that's today or just for next week. Is rate cuts not bullish for the dollar? No, bro. It's bearish. Rate cuts will be bearish for the dollar. Long term, it'll probably be better because, again, you might see an ease on inflation. But initially, it's going to be bearish for the dollar. A cut of interest rates is initially not great. But to ease inflation, you need to cut rates. So like you got to go through bad to go through good. That's how that's sort of how economies work. It's like, for example, say if you're going for a cut cycle, pretty much just cutting interest rates right every quarter, let's say for the year. We've got two cuts priced in for the US. So if we do have one in July, we'll see where we've got one for the rest of the year. But if we get like a cycle, then you can really understand like the economy needs to go through kind of interest rates, less capital inflows in order to get like say inflation down, and then they can sort of start focusing on other stuff. And that's sort of where the US is at the moment. We've got high inflation over in the US. It's about 3% or something like that. It might be 3.4% or something like that. Can't fully remember what core CPI is. Lou's been in contact with Lucas direct, I believe. Oh yeah, probably, bro. I don't know if we... Yeah, probably. John threatens 50% copper, 200% farmer tariffs. Fucking hell. It's all just scared though at the moment, man. Let's see what this announcement with copper. Fucking hell, did you hear that, boys? So we're gonna get some deals come through at the end of this. At the end of this. Yeah, copper's gone down massively. Intraday down 1.4. Well, we just made a new TikTok account. Had to be done. So yeah, the copper, let's go back on the notes. Main exporting countries of copper is Chile or Peru, so sort of South American countries. So that doesn't massively matter to what we trade. Import currency weakens. So importing countries like China and US get fucked. And again, this is the thing about this. It's like the US doesn't. The US imports copper, so like it sort of does hurt them. But at the same time, it does hurt the other countries because. Well, they're actually talking about it now. So the trouble with the tariffs and Powell wanting to do potentially cut rates, just not communicate with each other then. Powell doesn't want to cut rates. Powell wants to keep rates high. Trump wants to cut interest rates by about fucking 3%. 2 to 3%, which is a lot. You got too much this weekend, bro, whether it's banging. No, not much this weekend. Actually, I'm not too sure yet, to be honest, bro. I'm actually not too sure. Might play golf. Yeah, probably will play golf, I'll be honest. We'll go play golf, smoke some zubs. That's the way to go, Shane. What setup are you looking for? I mean, really just continuation. See what this New York market brings. We've got some news on, in terms of, Trump spoke about tariffs on copper, which again is making the dollar weak because, it affects the dollar. Exporters, Chile, Peru. Main importers are China and US. So Chile and Peru are going to have to make a deal with US soon. Like what Trump said, they're looking for probably going to get about 7 letters come through this afternoon. Well, total today from countries. So we'll see what deals come through. But initially, that potential tariff sort of does affect the dollar. 200% is insane. See, who's that made really bearish? Because that's fucked pharmaceuticals. What's down because of that? 200% tariff on pharmaceuticals is crazy. Input cost increase, higher copper prices. So it's just going to cost some more. Pharmaceutical. Main producers, you're looking at Germany and Switzerland, so you're looking at the EU currency, so probably making the euro quite bearish at the moment. Inflation risks, especially in the EU. Potential retaliation, slow growth. Yeah, so it's pretty bearish for the dollar. GU buys would be nice in the EU buys just because it's pretty negative for the euro as well, because main pharmaceutical exporters. That's why we're not really seeing EU move up as much as EG. Still moves, but not as high. No one said there's shortages on cocoa powder, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck is Merck? Is it a well-known thing for someone to trade 2 different strategies in sessions depending on time of the year? Like for an example, ALG during the summer and more New York session in winter. Again, like when it comes to a strategy like that, I would say forward test it, bro, and just see what data you get from it. Back test as well, of course. Get as much back test data as you can. But yeah, you need to be really careful with trading 2 different strategies. 2 different strategies, 2 different sessions. It makes sense to me. You don't really trade the same strategy for different sessions. But just forward test it. See if trading New York session, whatever way that is profitable. But that's what I find it just nice, calming, easy to trade those 3 hours, and that's me done for the day. Focus on those 3 hours only. That's what I love. But again, just test if it's profitable or not. Pfizer at DTO. Jeez. Perfect. Dollar's still coming down from this news. I think this really does help us for tomorrow's New York, though. The FOMC will be key. Yes, WBS, what we saying, bro? This FOMC is going to be so key. Is there ever really enough volume to be traded from TPO or the New York Stock Exchange is too fair? Yeah, definitely, bro. I'll say best times for New York are 3 to 4 p.m. That's silver bullet time. That is a quality time. I'm Guy Johnson. I want to break free. I want to break free. But yeah, that news is quite weak euro, quite weak pound. Dollar. So we're just probably going to move in the same direction for EG. I'd say to the downside just continues to make sense. EU struggling. I mean, the pound, that you can tell the dollar's really weak, but the euro itself is weak as well. This is mainly a dollar move than the strength from the euro, weakness of the euro. That was this morning, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure that was this morning, bro. Was that 9? No, it wasn't. Oh, no, that was like midday, wasn't it, or something? I'm pretty sure. Let me have a double check. Why don't it say? Broke that low on the dollar now. What time was that, man? I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure it was pre-unprecedented, though. I'm pretty sure there wasn't really a time. But that was like sort of midday, I think. Already was, because I finished working 1.5. I'm just going to wasn't sure the day. No, it's all good, H. All good, bro. In fact, that's probably the best time. Bro, that dollar weakness is crazy. I think this does sort of show us where we want to be trading. Again, tomorrow would be really nice if we trade back into this range and continue. That's what I like from a Thursday. Again, we haven't got the high of the week created on Wednesday. On dollar, we got the high of the week created on Tuesday, so we could see the continuation down, which is lovely. Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm fucking liking it, boys. I'm not gonna lie. We've got higher time frame CRT facing to the downside. So we've got daily CRT facing to the downside. Again, bullish candle in a bearish scenario. Big volume candle as well, which is perfect. Go to GU. Similar thing. Bearish candle. Bullish scenario. Yeah, looks very nice. We'll see. Again, nothing bullish coming out of the UK for the pound, which is not the best. Michael, where you at then, bro? Are you not in the UK? Are you not in the UK? Yeah, it was. If he was able to get an EG, that was definitely the play. If he was able to get in, I mean, it just missed the DTO. So, and again, we know EG. You probably wouldn't have got in. You do need a good like a pip or something above, but it was the move today. Just unlucky on getting an entry. Oh, Zimbabwe. That's probably why then. But you're only 1 hour ahead. And you're in Zimbabwe. That's pretty sick. So you can probably still watch like Amidal and all that. This really helps us for tomorrow though, boys. For tomorrow London session. I'm excited! Zimbabwe, they made concessions early, removed tariffs on US goods. That's good. Still continuing. Let's see if we've got any other deals come through yet. I don't think we have. No, none yet. Ongoing trade talks between China and China, US, and India and US, and EU and US. There's actually loads of countries. Apparently, India and US are quite close to a deal. There's something in pretty much the works for China, but not finalised. EU, Japan, South Korea, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, South Africa, Bosnia, Herzegovina. Just Bosnia, I'm assuming. Serbia, Tunisia, Bangladesh, Kazakhstan. All those countries are still, they've received their notice letters, but need to still come back with reciprocal terms. Zimbabwe! Come on, we got a couple dudes from Zimbabwe, man. Which is lit. I'm an EU bias thinking of holding past the Asia high. Let's have a look. The dollar's very weak. I mean, the euro's not the strongest. Let's have a look. Holding past Asia. I mean, we've already taken Asia high. So what are you aiming for? I mean, Friday 50 is a good tip. Where did you get in, actually? Where did you get in, bro? I guess it sort of does depend on where you got in. I wouldn't get any use for too long because again the euro and the dollar are weak. We are seeing a massive rebalance because it'll be mainly our dollar weak, but I don't know how that weakness is going to last. It probably could continue. Go ahead at 1.1703, 7305. Oh, you got a nice entry. Okay, nice. Yeah, Friday 50 I reckon's calm, bro. I wouldn't say aim for too much. We've got loads of the market's waiting for loads of stuff like FOMC, these tariff deals. So I wouldn't say push your luck. I'd say get out when you sort of can, man. If you've got a big enough trade, good enough RR, then yeah, sweet. But yeah, we got pressures on both sides, you know. GU, I'd say you're comfy in longs. Pretty tight to the Friday high. Where's the Friday high? Okay, it's pretty high up. Fucking hell. Yeah. Where is... GJ buys it clean. Have a look. Let's have a look. Well, they do look nice. Again, just above that Prado 50 is a bit of a cunt, to be fair. He's a bit of a bastard. Coming to anything in a 4 hour? No CRT. In terms of entry, I always want a liquidity sweep, right? My strategy is ALG, so I always want an Asian liquidity sweep for my entry. But that is obviously further liquidity, so that will be like an extra confirmation for me, do you know what I mean? More time, I do want a higher time frame. Pretty much every time I have a higher time frame, but like POI I'm in. Do you know what I mean? Like GU for example, today we was in the bearish range, the bearish 4 hour. Price came to the OTE, right? Came to the OTE, come to weekly to open. It was lovely for sales. And obviously the POIs came into as the fair values. My reason to sell. Just unlucky. We just didn't have that pound weakish, the pound bearishness today, which is really unlucky to be honest. Really fucking unlucky. EG's not really moving. Yeah, we're sort of stuck in the one. I think the market is waiting for that New York Stock Exchange open. We're not really having any movement. I'm not seeing anything else really be coming out. Fucking hell, she's unreal. Boys, are we seeing this shit? Are we seeing this shit? Do a reversal, possibly for re-entries for it. Quite right, sells $3 billion stake worth of fucking Bank of America. That's insane. Oh, Jesus, that's so bearish for the dollar. That is insane. Fucking hell. Sell $3 billion stake in Bank of America. That's crazy. One trade, one reversals of the Asia sweep in a London session. Any tips for this? My tip would be the 1 minute is always difficult, right? Because there's so many fake moves that happens on the 1 minute. I feel like in terms of when you're looking at, because the thing when you're looking at session liquidity, right, Asia session, you're looking at 4 hour liquidity. I feel like with 4 hour liquidity, the reason I say 4 hours because when we look at Asia session, right, the liquidity we're really looking at is like the 2 hour to the 6 hour, the 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. 4 hour candle. So we are looking at 4 hour high and low liquidity pretty much. Obviously, it is made up of the session. So for me, 1 minute's too low for 4 hour liquidity. The way I align my time frames, I use a 4 hour liquidity with a 5 minute structure. It works really well for me. Again, back test, forward test, your strategy. But for me, the 4 hour session liquidity is really good with the 5 minute. Really good. In terms of an IFEG and then a fair value gap for the confirmation that we've had a big enough move pull off for the liquidity to confirm the liquidity sweep. If we are on a lower time frame, we'll see that happen a few times, and you might come into profit a bit, but you might see it come back down. That's the 1 minute is. That's why I use minimum 5 minute. That's my lowest time frame. And to be honest, it's treated me well ever since I swapped it out. GU could reverse. This is a premium zone we looked for in London to tap into ideally. H1 fair value gap. Let's have a look at our hourly fair value. This higher one here. We'll see what manoeuvre we have off here. We're back in the DTO again. So we're bound to see some form of reactions. No unreal fair value gaps here. Back down to the Friday 50, I guess. Maybe 50% of the range. I'm going to keep that there. But we have had a pretty strong move into that direction. So we probably will see a little retracement here, especially because it is 2:30 now. Might see like a little rebalance of this range. And this is Bloomberg. Yeah. So those are weird. Hear me out, Bloomberg needs to hire some unreal women to give market updates. Some of them do, bro. Some of them are actually unreal. Is a big loss. I do want to see it come down a little bit more here, to be honest. A little bit more before the move up. EG's had sort of a reversal. Maybe we're seeing the pound come down a little bit now. That's what I'm really looking at. Fucking hell, we're pulling up massively here. A year and a half. Is that a fucking piss take, bro? Yeah. That's the thing. That's why it's so hard with these tariffs, man. It does make it so hard. What do you boys use for your news calendar? I use both Forex Factory and I use the one on our website, Michael. That tells you, that's pretty much the MyFX book one. It's absolutely right. Yeah, bro, definitely negative for the US economy. It's actually thing is, a crazy number just to throw out there as well. Like, it's an insane number to throw out there. It's actually fucking crazy. See, a good rebalance because we're seeing the pound sort of come a little bit weaker here. S&P's up nuts. NASDAQ's up nuts. Massive flip in the markets though, lads. Bonds getting bought up. Safe assets getting bought. Money's coming away from the FX market more towards a bit more risk off assets. Exactly that. That's why that's why I think we're better sticking with EG. To be honest, we're better sticking with EG for the next like month, just off all of this news. I feel like it's going to be quite difficult for EGU. I mean, we're not going to get massive headline news come out. We're going to see headline news come out in the morning London session, but I just think the uncertainty around it's going to be hard to trade. It was nice though. We did see this EG pull up after this Friday low, which is perfect, and that weekly true open, which is lovely. But I think this makes it really nice for tomorrow. Really fucking nice. In terms of the low and the high of the week, Monday's made the low and the high. So we've actually not broke out the Monday range yet in EG. I just trade London, bro. 7 till 10. You're pretty much European session. I'll call it European kill zone. Look at GJ, the way it's come all the way down. So again, it's not really any revert. Like what I was saying, GJ's much better to long at this Friday 15. It looks like we are getting there, which is nice. But the pound has weakened a bit, so it makes sense for us to come down to this Friday 50. What's your trading range for EG based on 4-hour time frame? Do you think there is sell side liquidity? Oh, sorry, I literally just said that as well. That's bare ironic. But yeah, with EG, we're still within the 4-hour. We're still within Monday's range. Not even that. We're still within this bullish range here, which was given to us on Wednesday last week. But we haven't even broke the Monday high or low yet this week, let alone gone over our big side of the range. So really, we're still bullish in terms of PA, especially coming for that external high. It looks really nice, but we're just not getting it. And again, we was looking for EG longs this morning, but they just weren't giving us the actual order to get in. We just moved down. GU so greedy doesn't even give room for entry. What would you say the best pairs to trade New York session are? Seeing you mention. Where is what I just? It's just not even there anymore. Oh, it's still loading. It's still EU, still GU, USD based pairs really. But just make sure you are filling yourself in with the actual news that's coming out, right, and the data. Because New York dollar at the moment is very data driven, and that's what's making the whole FX market data driven, which is quite hard. What have you got next week, Tuesday? Tuesday we've got inflation. Inflation coming out for the US. That's the main high impact. Friday we got GBP, GDP, so we get some good. It's actually quite good. Previous was quite bad, and now the pound's looking quite bullish in terms of our forecast for the GDP on Friday. It's an increase by 0.1%, which is good. Forecast, previous last time was come out minus 0.3%, which is awful. We say it comes out, though, again, we don't trade these news. We don't even trade Friday, so it doesn't really matter. Well, we say that news comes out. We do level of unemployment, doing keep-ups in my garden at 2:45, listening to Bloomberg. Wait, that's the life though, bro. That's quality, man. Bro, that's quality. That is fucking quality. Right, boys, I'm gonna jump off now. I'm gonna go chill out. I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna go chill out, watch a bit of news, see if we get any deals come out, and then come back tomorrow, reevaluate for tomorrow's London session. Unlucky today on GU. I stop lost. A lot of people did actually TP. To be fair, I didn't know that many people did. Good 4, 5, 6 people did. So fair plays for those. Lots of challenges passed as well. We've had like 3 people pass their challenge, which was lovely. But yeah, boys, I'll see you man tomorrow. Oh wait, we're marking previous day high or low. What times? Oh, what times are they? Things is annoying because UK, it's not 0-0 because you've got obviously UK session, right? Sorry, UK timing. We always do stuff out of New York. So just try and find yesterday like from New York, high and low. That's really where you want to find it from. But yeah, I'll catch you boys tomorrow. I'll see you boys in the pre-London half.